we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. It's Lakers Postgame, Lakers Weekend, everyone. It's Gerald Glassford. Come right back at you here from the Lakers Fast Break Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On the latest Pop Culture Cosmos, I will drop for you tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and talk about, with my good friend TJ Johnson, the fall of Xbox, perhaps. We talk about the major changes. Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond out. Who is in? What that will do for the future of Xbox. We talk about that and more. Plus, also, we talk about Star Trek. I know Isaac, I believe it was Isaac. Isaac, weren't you the one that was asking about Star Trek? TJ and I, we revisit our conversation on Star Trek, seeing how the troubles for Star Trek Starfleet Academy is now ongoing at Paramount Plus. So we talk about all of that and more on the latest Pop Culture Cosmos, wherever you get your podcasts. I also host the Lakers' latest channel for the Fan Arc Network. Go ahead and check it out each and every morning, right between 8 and 9 a.m. Pacific time, if all goes well. But I know that they do drop it between those times. So go ahead and check it out today on the Lakers' latest channel. Lakers' latest right there for you from the Fan Arc Network. I will go ahead and share additional thoughts that I don't share here right there at Lakers' latest. Indeed. He is 41. I mean, come on. See, I know he's been bad. I know he's not been shooting well from distance. I understand, but he is 41. I mean, nobody was saying that, Tony, when he got that 28-point triple-double. I'm not siding with LeBron. I'm not siding against LeBron. Is it $52.6 million worth? No, it's not. It's not. But again, it wasn't just him today. The whole team kind of stunk today. But before we get into that, I want to go ahead and make sure we give out some love. Again, don't forget my good friend Drip Show at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. Go ahead and get your awesome Kobe and Gigi pillow. Look at behind me, Luca, who looks about as happy as he was today against the Boston Celtics. That's canvas art with him and Kobe side by side. If you want detailed art like this, hats, shirts, posters, canvas art, pillows, and more, go ahead and hit up my friend at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. You will be glad you did. Pop culture or sports rise, he can do it for you, most likely. So go ahead and make sure you got him taken care of at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. Uh, 41, Tony, 41. He's got to decline sometime, and that decline has already started. So there's been bits and pieces over the past couple of years where we talked about it on the show here. You have old LeBron and young LeBron, and there were days the past couple seasons where he looked like old LeBron, and you could see that declining happening then. But this year, yeah, there's more old LeBrons than young LeBrons indeed. But also as well, but he's 41 years old. Again, I don't know how much we can expect from 41. $52.6 million, you should expect a lot, but 41, I mean, nobody can outrun Father Time, and not even LeBron James. But be that as it may, also want to go ahead and give a shout out to the recent birthday boy, DBSH, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo! Plus also as well, all the great stuff that happens here with the Lakerholics crew. Apologies for yesterday's not so, I guess, clear-cut streaming. I guess Jemmy had some problems, but he swears he's going to get it fixed out for the next time around with the Lakerholics crew at Lakerholics.com. And Mark and I were supposed to go on the air last night. Mark and I had a little bit of mix-up. I sent him a message. He didn't see it. I should have sent it to somewhere else. It was my bad on that, but Mark and I will have to sit down if he can't come on tonight, because I know he's still working out there in Australia. We will go ahead and get a show done for you, Mark. We'll get you squared away, my friend. We got you covered indeed. Plus also, well, I've got an NBA observations coming here late tomorrow, possibly two on the way. More NBA observations where we'll talk about a myriad of subjects, including the Lakers, the NBA, and more. So go ahead and check that out when I drop them this week. First and foremost, for my members of the Lakers Fast Break. So if you're a member today, just $2.99 a month gets you access to a lot of the videos that I do over the course of a week. First, right here at the Lakers Fast Break. Yeah, Xbox, if you can't make it today, no worries. I sent you the link, but I got your back, brother. I got your back. We will go ahead and make sure you have a Xbox Mark Centric, because I also want to hear your thoughts on the Xbox too. I mean, you call yourself Xbox. I got to hear what you have to say about Xbox and the major changes there as well. Indeed. So we got you covered, my friend. We got you covered. But it is, of course, the Lakers prime time, late afternoon, early evening for the East Coast against the dreaded and hated Boston Celtics. I do want to go ahead before I get into my rants or get into my anger or get into my angst in regards to the Boston Celtics. I want to go and congratulate. I want to start this off on a good note. I want to start this off with the congratulations to the entire U.S. Olympic team, especially the gold medal winners. I mean, everybody was psyched for the U.S. hockey team and their gold medal winning performance. Our gold medal skaters, our other gold medalists in the winter, and even silver, bronze, just representing America. You know, for those out there representing America for the U.S. Olympic team, we salute you right here at the Lakers Fast Break. And of course, we got to salute the man himself, Pat Riley, who was honored before the game today with a statue. If you got a chance to see my Twitter, Lakers Fast Break on Twitter, I tweeted as many Pat Riley-isms of the ceremony where it unveiled, plus also some words from the man himself. Unfortunately, though, his words about beat the Celtics fell on deaf ears today. But again, congratulations to Pat Riley. The statue is now sitting outside of crypto.com arena. And I want to go ahead and just start that on a good note before we get to the depressing stuff with the game today against the dreaded Celtics, the scum of the earth that they are. They came in riding a wave of success on the West Coast trip. The Lakers in the middle of a homestand. You would think that they would be ready and prepared for what was upcoming for them. They had their entire roster ready to go ahead for action. Well, that is until Jackson Hayes got hurt 5 minutes in with some ankle injuries. But with that, the Lakers, right off the get-go, they just did not seem to give the same kind of energy. Oh, I'll get to the refs. Don't worry. I'll get to the refs here in a second. But they did not seem to have the same kind of energy for the game to start off with. The 50-50 balls, as was mentioned, uh, seemingly went to go to a lot of it to Boston. The calls, as you saw, especially in that second quarter and third quarter, the refs blatantly missed several calls. Absolutely. Absolutely missed several calls. And there's just absolutely no excuse for it because they're just a terribly ref game. But still, the Lakers themselves were really, really out of sync on both ends of the floor. Didn't get the job done as they were down by, double digits most of the way through the second half, and just let it go. They just let it go in that fourth quarter. 39 points in the second half. Absolutely a abysmal performance in that second half. They looked like they gave up in that fourth quarter, and Boston had their way with the Lakers again, seemingly hitting clutch baskets time and time again. Payton Prichard. Payton Prichard should not be the type of guy that goes off on you for 30 points and 6 of 9 from three. He should not be that hard of a guard to guard, but he was today. 10 of 14 overall, 6 of 9 from three, 8 assists for him. Jaylen Brown, if you told me that Jaylen Brown was going to go 10 for 28, would you take your chances for that? And I would normally say yes, because I would say that's a good defensive performance on him if he's 10 for 28. But the rest of the team, especially Payton Prichard, seemingly rallied around him. They have had some very hard-nosed defenders and also got a ton of calls. Those refs were absolutely terrible today. I have not seen this badly officiated type of game, this badly officiated ref game in quite some time. And you know what? just before the game started, I was actually looking at Lake Show Yo, one of the more enjoyable places to go on Twitter in regards to that. And he had, before the game started, he had the infamous Lakers Celtics game from the past that about it being officiated. Uh, that was really, really quite troubling indeed. And yeah, just absolutely terrible game on all sense. Seemed like it was 8-on-5 at times for the Lakers, but again, the Lakers did not give the kind of effort that they needed to give, which was really disappointing. And the Lakers lose 118-89. They fall to 34-22 on the season. They could have made a move in the Western Conference today. They could have been tied for third after Denver's loss at Golden State, but their fall today puts them back into a tie for fifth place. They are percentage points ahead of Minnesota in the Western Conference, so they're still in fifth place in the Western Conference, but absolutely a missed opportunity at home with several more games at home left. And we're going to get into that here a little bit because Alan had what's going on with the upcoming games because he had some thoughts on the darkest scenario for the Lakers if that's the case. But here today to go ahead and discuss today's game, a good man indeed. It is, of course, the man behind I Got Deck Sports Media. It is Legend. Legend, great to have you here. Uh, it's a team fault. Okay, blame the refs. They deserve it because it was absolutely one of the worst officiated games I've seen in a long time. The Lakers got no breaks there, but still, the effort, the efficiency on both ends of the floor, the execution on both ends of the floor, you cannot escape it, Legend, if you're a Lakers fan. As much as the refs didn't want the Lakers to win, as much as the Celtics didn't want the Lakers win, it seemed like at times the Lakers didn't want themselves to win either.
Yeah, it looked like kind of got to say what I heard another Laker fan said. The Celtics came in and they took your house at that point. They kind of punked them a little bit too. To the physicality, so physical, and it just couldn't answer it. They just struggled tonight. Just a bad game from everybody. LeBron old age really showed tonight. Father time is just knocking louder and louder.
And I know Tony wanted to stress on that, Legend, but again, I don't know how much people are expecting. Again, the $52.6 million, I get that. He should give you that much in worth. But at 41, we are seeing more old LeBron games. And today, but it wasn't just him. It wasn't just him. I mean, he gave us 24-5, but it really was kind of an underwhelming performance. Luka Doncic, the same thing, 25, 5-3. Austin Reeves, 15-7. They just never found their stroke. They lost their composure in the second quarter when those calls were abysmally bad, and they just lost their composure and they never got it back.
Yeah, they just couldn't get it back. AR, he struggled. He struggled badly in this game, and that's the part that you worry about going to the playoff with him. When the game get physical, you ain't getting them calls. You play bad. He kind of got a little taste of that tonight. And LeBron, like you said, Gerald, I said it for a while myself too. He's 41. I mean, you can't, what you expect at this point. You can't beat Father Time forever. It's eventually going to happen, and the decline is just beginning to show more and more and more. And I mean, it's kind of what you sign up for. I mean, when you gave him that $50 million, you just took the chance of what you get out of that, and it just unfortunately, the time you gave it to him, that's when the decline started really beginning to show. Because there was a lot of point blank layups that LeBron maybe 2 years ago would have probably made with no problem. At this point, you just can't do it. But it's the whole team effort though. There's everyone that's played bad, just bad. But to me, they got pumped by the Celtics.
And Payton Prichard, the way that they were just terrible defending Payton Prichard today. He was going off. But again, if you told me the Lakers held Jaylen Brown to 32 points, but 10 of 28 shooting, I would say you've got a great chance of winning because that means he's chucking up a lot of shots and not being as effective as you want. I know after the game, LeBron is calling him an MVP and all that. And I'm like, well, it's 10 of 28 shooting. So I don't know how far you're going to get with that, but Legend, I want to ask you before I bring Mark in here, which I'm really happy about. Looks like
Good,
for now,
Mark.
Oh yeah.
work break. But Legend, I want to ask your thoughts, my friend. When you see that with Jaylen Brown, you take your chances. You think your chances are pretty good when you hold Jaylen Brown to a 10-28, but it just seemingly the Lakers could find no answer for anything else.
Yeah, if he playing that bad, then I'm gonna say I got a chance to win this game at this point because that is your best player on this team. But if everyone else is cooking you, it just makes up for him not playing bad. Like it doesn't matter if you got somebody come off the bench giving you 30 points, which is ridiculously wild. That just let you know whoever was guarding him, you was just getting cooked. They had you in the grill getting barbecued because you just had no answers. And I think that AR guy the whole time.
No. There
Okay.
was it was Kennard. it was Smart a couple times. It was AR. AR got torched. Luca got torched, but Luca actually played good defense at
Yeah, he actually did
times.
okay on defense.
He did okay, but there was a couple times where he got burned. But again, you're holding them to 111, and you're holding Jaylen Brown to 10-28 shooting. If you said that before the game, you don't look at the Lakers side of the box score, Legend. Before I get it to Mark, you don't look at the Lakers side of the box score. You say you hold Boston under their average of one. You hold them to 111. That's under their average, and then you hold Jaylen Brown to 10-28. You think you've got a decent chance to win.
Yeah, if you did that, you would say hey, I can win this game because you low key to kind of say you defensively played decent. You kept them below their normal margin, and you kept Jaylen Brown out the game. So you did pretty good. It's the others, it's the role players that just cooked you. You just had no answer for it. And man, Vando, he put you on the highlight reel on that one. Man. He broke Vando's ankles on that one.
No, he pushed off on that one. I don't know
Okay,
if
he
you
pushed
saw.
off.
You
Okay.
saw the. I mean, it would have been great to as far as for Boston, but they showed the replay.
Okay. I was about to say,
Extended
like,
that arm.
man, you
Yeah,
got to be kidding me.
kind of didn't look as good as from the first angle. It's like, oh yeah, he broke his ankles, and then the second, then you see the replay. It's like, oh, he pushed off and broke his ankles. So, yeah,
Referee
I mean,
missed it.
that was the whole game. That was that whole second quarter in a nutshell, Legend, where they just weren't giving the Lakers the proper calls. I'm not saying giving the Lakers calls, giving the Lakers proper calls. If there's goaltending and the guy touches the rim, that's basket interference. If the ball hits the backboard before you guy touches it, that's goaltending. Just
Mm-hmm.
little things like that. That's 4 points right there. Those are things that can determine an outcome. I mean, there were fouls, legitimately hard fouls on by the Celtics that were not being called. It was just depressing as far as the way it was called, Legend. But let me bring Mark in here, aka Xbox. Great to have
Boys.
you here, my friend. glad we got our
Got
communication
him
down
on.
pat this time around.
Yeah, no, we did. My bad.
Yeah,
But hey, I don't have too long because I am still working. I got to
no
go for a
worries.
meeting. But I wanted to say good day, especially to Legend and yourself, Gerald. I was hoping it would be after a win, obviously, but man, I've gone in today pretty optimistic, and I've come out absolutely the other end, man. Like, come on. I mean, like, let's just go through players again, man. Like, yeah, we can say all this crap about Luca, and admittedly tonight, Joel, some issues with ball efficiency, and Luca playing a bit too slow. But the guy sort of within certainly the first half or first quarter was carrying us a little bit after LeBron exploded, but man, this sort of the mix of the team is just so wrong. Like it's a crazy mix of players that are just like not well put together, and this we keep talking about the big three being back and what they were going to do. Well, is this as good as it gets? Like because there's issues there, man. Like okay, LeBron tonight first quarter for a little bit was good. But I was saying to the boys, man, watch him by halftime. He's going to be half asleep because he's wasting all his energy in the first quarter. To a certain extent, that happened. I know he had bits and spurts in the third and fourth, but LeBron's always going to do that, man. LeBron, mate, I don't know, man. He's the single biggest worry for me. You come into comments and all you see is Luka this, Luka that, AR this, AR that. Come on, man. Your second best player, the GOAT of all times on 55 mil. Same shenanigans tonight, Gerald. Why did he think that he could sit on the bench when the players were in the tunnel at halftime? That was insane, man. We're losing a game against the Celtics, bro. And the guy is there watching Pat Riley's ceremony. And you could tell, Gerald, he was the only one there on the bench. So he went on his seat on the edge of the bench. Oh man, seriously, I want to swear, but I'm not going to, man. That was not good enough by me, by LeBron, Gerald. Like, he doesn't give a F essentially about his teammates, man. You're the leader of the team. You're playing Boston. You're getting embarrassed by Pritchard, and you're going out there to see a meek ceremony for Pat Riley, who, all the talk's always been that Pat Riley and LeBron had a big falling out. So, like, nah, LeBron, man, he's since LeBron's come back into the team from that initials, what did we start with, Gerald? 20-5 or whatever it was. That's when the issues with the team have arisen. Okay. The issues around, okay, AR's not getting enough ball. It's only when one of these guys is out, do they play well? It's like if Luka's out, and it's a mix of AR and James. Okay, well, AR is going to get most of the ball, so he can win us the game. And it's on the flip side, if AR's out, then it's the focus is on Luka having the ball, and the rest of them are defending. Like, LeBron is a weak link for me. You can't have three of these guys playing at that kind of level and offering nothing on defense. Luka tried a bit tonight on defense. He's not the best defender. Fine. AR, for me, I was watching him. He wasn't impacting the score, but he was trying on defense at times. LeBron James.
There was a boneheaded move like off of a inbound where he just lost. He wasn't even guarded. Yeah, but again, and he does, for the most part, he did block some shots and get
he
some
was
steals.
Trying on Brown and stuff tonight.
He was making an effort on defense.
Yeah, LeBron wasn't, Gerald. LeBron wasn't running back. I was watching a lot of the plays. You see 5 Celtics and you see 4 Lakers, and every time you see that scenario, who's the guy missing? LeBron. So, like, yeah, man, it's a bit of a comedy show. I'm not going to go down this path of just carving up LeBron the whole time. But like Legend said before, and I don't know how old you are, Legend. I think you're probably considerably younger than me and Gerald, but I am 40, and man, to play at that level, like, it's not easy. And he's shown at times he can, but it's rare, man. It's rare. And I don't give a F you get 20 points a game. Dudes that tall, that big can do that. But what's worrying me is the layups to the basket, where he's like, how lethargic is the dude? He's driving to the basket and it's like his left hand can't even work. He can't even release the ball. Like, I don't know. And that's sort of permeating to the team in other efforts, and guys like DA, where it's hit and miss, how he's going to play DA, and sometimes it's soft, most of the times it's soft, and then you get a week off and you're in the Bahamas, and trying to swat a fly there, guys. You're in the Bahamas and like you're caught with weed and stuff. Like, I don't know if this dude's serious, mate. You can tell Hayes and Ayton, they're probably just ripping cones after games, laughing. They don't care. Then you've got other, the rest of them. Smart tries. Rui, man. I mean, Rui, when we need Rui most, that's when Rui goes missing. And man, it happened tonight again. Big shots missed by Rui when we needed to stay in the game, and he couldn't make them. So, and man, okay, I'll end the rant soon. JJ Redick, like, are you gonna run a play for Luke Kennard? Because anytime Kennard gets a shot, it goes in. But they never run plays for the dude.
Two shots. 24 minutes.
Because they're not running plays for him.
He is not the aggressive. Well, to
He's got to be aggressive, but this is a
yeah.
team where you got Luka, AR, LeBron. How aggressive are you going to get in a team like this? Like,
I mean,
he's
because that's
pretty
part
much
of the reason why he's bounced all around, Mark.
I know,
Because yeah,
but
he
he's a
has
passenger if you're not going to set up plays
yeah.
for him. And we haven't gelled. I don't remember a time where we've set it. I've got my window open. It's very hot, so
I
there's
know it's all
flies.
good. All good.
Yeah, like there's at no point do I remember a play being run for Luke Kennard. He's a 3-point threat. What's happened to Jake LaRavia? Why has he dropped off the face of the planet? Like, I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if, okay, Luka's slowing the play down too much, the mix of LeBron. But JSJ said it well before, man. How does a guy like Rob Pelinka have a job at this point with the way this roster's been constructed, the Russell Westbrook trade? Like, we're sort of battling ourselves at this point, and unfortunately, what's happening is like the Laker fan base is sort of there's a element of it, people starting to turn on a guy like Luca, which is crazy, man. That's just it's insane. The guy's pretty much playing with a hand behind his back, leading scorer in the NBA, second leading scorer of all time in the NBA by average. Like, okay, it's not perfect. It's not Kobe Bryant. It's not even like watching a guy like Jalen Brown that can dunk on people or Ant Man. It's a complete different watch with Luca. But man, trust me, you don't think Kyrie Irving and that would want Luca back in Dallas, man? Like, forget that. We've got to get the team right around him. And really, like, yeah, the way that LeBron James has come back into the team, he just hasn't integrated well. Um, Everything I see about LeBron, man, is just starting to really irk me. He doesn't care. Like today, his after game comments about Jalen Brown. Don't compliment Jalen Brown, man. Just go at Jalen. Just say you're shit. Like there's say something like that. Like don't compliment Jalen Brown. Like why isn't Jalen Brown in the MVP race? This is our rivals, man. You think like Messi's talking about that about Real Madrid? You don't do that crap, man. You don't talk about your rivals when you care about them favorably. But nah, he's all about that, LeBron. Like, so come on, man. Like, until he goes, I don't think we're going to be super serious, unfortunately. I think there's a divide there. I really don't think they like playing with each other. There's not that much, high fiving and hysterics between LeBron, Luca, and AR at times. What LeBron's agent did to AR earlier in the year? Are you serious that wouldn't divide the team? Are you serious that Bronny James, coming into the club basically because LeBron threatened to leave if it didn't happen? Like, come on, man. Like, blame Luca all you want, guys, but there's one reason that everything's turned this season, and it's LeBron, bro, and he can't make up with it with his play anymore because he's just too old. So I'm sorry to man, I didn't mean to go down a LeBron rant path again, but I
Well,
just
we're
sort of
good, my friend.
when I
Vent.
look at
We're here
things,
for you, man.
yeah,
Vent.
like there's a lot of Lakers in recess because LeBron's been here for so long, and I think it's just time. I think we look at this team so like negatively, and I can't believe the Luca talk now. Like, yeah, I don't like it, man. Unless we're going to give Luca a full run at this without a dude that's 41 and on 55 mil, like, give me a break. You know, spare me. It's going to be just more of the same, more mediocre. We'll beat crap teams. We'll lose against good teams. Yeah. So something's got to happen, man. And so yeah, you boys go. I went on a
All,
LeBron
all,
rant as
all
usual.
good, my friend. All good. Once again, it's Gasalbro, aka Mark, aka Xbox, along with Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. It's me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. The Lakers fast break, Lakers weekend. Lakers lose 111-89. They are still in fifth place, but a great opportunity has slid on by in regards to moving up in the standings, which again, I want to talk about this because I don't know if you got a chance to catch this on that DM in WhatsApp, Legend, that Alan put in regards to the next 17 games, including the Boston game today. He has, I believe, the team going 7-10 in those next games. And
Mm.
I want to go ahead and spell out what he said because he's worst case scenario. He said lost to Boston, win to the Magic, win to Phoenix, win to Golden State, win to the Kings, win to the Pelicans, lose to Denver, win to the Pacers, lose to New York, lose to the Wolves, win to the Bulls, lose to Denver, lose to Houston, lose to Houston, lose to Miami, lose to Magic, and lose to Detroit. The only thing I want to go ahead and say there's a through line through that, and that because of today, it compounds what Alan I think was trying to get to say is, in a worst case scenario, the Lakers are a team that can beat similar record teams, similar level teams, or lower level teams. But when it comes to meeting teams that are a little bit higher on the food chain, seems like we will get the continuous results. He says in a worst case scenario that we saw today against Boston.
Yeah, I did see that list, and I guess for the most part, what I see is you beat all the teams that kind of mediocre like, and then the best teams you pretty much lose to them. I guess my question I want to ask you, Gerald, what is the last playoff elite team they actually beat? Who was the last one?
The Lakers.
Hmm.
Because I know that when we beat Golden State, when our run to the Western Conference Finals, I know that I guess you could say the Memphis team, even though that Memphis team clearly didn't look like they were ready. They were the number 2 or number 3 seed. I think they were a higher seed than the Lakers were in that run to the Western Conference Finals. Then Golden State, we beat in the second round. I mean, you could say that's the end of the Golden State dynasty at that point in time. I said it at that time, and you could obviously we've seen since then they've fallen on hard times. In fact, Curry's out of the lineup right now, making it even harder for your team. I'd say that's probably the case right there and then. Otherwise, you would have to go back till the run in the bubble because there's been either timing or injury issues, like in the case of in that Phoenix series where that was a real series we could and should have won against Phoenix, but AD got hurt, and that's all she wrote for that series. So again, you probably say the Memphis series because they were a team that was much higher ranked, but the Lakers had more experience playoff wise going into that series. So I know a lot of people will come back at me on that, but I'd say without a doubt, you could probably be saying the bubble as far as the last real, unmistakable quality series that the Lakers have had.
I mean, just based off of what they got left. The good thing is you're at home, so that helps out a lot. You got home court. No doubt, you should beat a lot of the bad teams. I don't think you got to worry too much about them. Well, at least you shouldn't have to. It's definitely the good team where you have to worry the most about. I think you'll probably beat the Magic. The Magic just haven't really been that great. Miami is so. I can understand maybe with like Denver and T. Wilson. I can understand that part. I still say it's wide open, especially the fact that you're at home. I think that helps out a lot. And it's just gonna come down to like what I said earlier in the chat too about it's gonna kind of work both ways. You have to win your games, but you're gonna need some help as well. You're gonna need them others to struggle too. And like you said, Gerald, today was a good opportunity. I didn't expect the Warriors to beat Denver tonight. I know that for sure. But that would have helped out the Lakers a good bit right there. And then T-Wolves, they lost. Suns finna face some hard times without Brooks right now. So that was a very good opportunity.
Brooks and Booker were not in that lineup. And Booker has
Booker
not
came back yet.
So.
Yeah.
So that's a big opportunity. A very big opportunity. And then now Houston finna try to seize it.
Yep. And it seems like every time that I've discussed about a chance the Lakers could move up in the standings.
Nah, they don't take the advantage. They don't take it.
I mean, it seems like the league has given them schedule-wise, has given them many opportunities to go through the door once it's been open to them, Mark. Yeah. And they haven't taken advantage of it each and every time. How many times have I come on this show in the past 2 months and say the Lakers could, with the win, they could move up here. With the win, they could tie for this. With the win, they can move, and they just don't take advantage of it.
You're totally right. It doesn't motivate them at all. And then there's no real care about it after the game as well. There's no mention about it. There's just no real care there at the moment from what I can see. Like, I haven't seen anyone take a loss to heart. And especially, admittedly, haven't seen AR and Luka's press conferences after today's game. I like to watch the press conferences to get a read on how the guys are feeling. And sometimes it's hard to gauge, but tonight what I would have wanted to have seen is, yeah, praise Pat Riley, but once that praise of him is done, they should be launching into themselves about how poorly they played and letting a guy like Payton Prichard dominate you at home. It's an absolute disgrace tonight's game if you actually break it down, man. This is our biggest rival, and we've lost by 22 points in an absolutely, just a piss poor effort where we never felt like we had a chance, letting guys that are, half the size of half the players of our team score most of the points. Nah, not good enough, man. And it sort of broke me a little bit. I was saying to you boys earlier that, hopefully we could go 12 or 15 in this little homestand that we've got, or 12 or 14, whatever was left. The scenario I kept posing was, if we win 12 out of the next certain amount of home games, then we're looking pretty decent for a top four, because we still got a little bit of a road trip to go on. But sometimes, a road trip can galvanize you too. So, but nah, man. Nah, not after tonight. Not after a Celtics team come in and you're not motivated again to beat a team that, is above you and you want to prove something. Man, tonight looked weak as piss, man. They looked like they were just seeing out the game. Everyone was chilling. Everyone's going back to their, $1 billion pads, and everyone's sweet as a nut, man. I need to see more of a killer instinct. I even think JJ's lost a bit of that killer instinct, man. He used to get so angry after games, and I'm not really seeing that now, man. I don't know what is going on in the background, whether he knows that he's going, so he's taken a bit of a backward seat to how he responds during games and stuff. I'm just not seeing what I want to see, man, out of a Lakers organization that are, like the greatest team in basketball, the greatest organization in sport. I'm just not seeing it. And and Joe admittedly is, keeps telling us to be patient, and it's hard to be patient, but maybe these guys know changes are coming and they're just like not trying anymore. I just can't. Yeah, look, JJ, he did call a timeout at least once tonight when they went on a little bit of a run. Thanks, JJ.
Finally.
Yeah, well done, man. Like 50 games in, you decide to call a timeout when a team goes on a run. Well done, bro. And it helped F all as usual. So whatever, like, man, I was a big fan of JJ, but yeah, lately not as big a fan. And
Again,
I
I
feel
was not a hater of JJ, but I'm not a
nah, but
supporter. I didn't know how to evaluate him because this
nah,
is his brand. This is his first gig
yeah,
in
but he
coaching
doesn't
ever,
have the authority over LeBron.
yeah,
Okay, and this is your
or at least
best
at this
mate.
level, by the way.
Yeah. He can't tell LeBron what to do. I think Luca and AR and that would respect him to a degree because he played, and but again, man, if you can't tell LeBron James to not go out during a halftime celebration and go see a whatever they were doing for Pat Riley in the middle of the court, he didn't need to be there for any of that shit. You can watch that on replay. You can go catch up with Pat Riley after the game. When you're down to the Celtics, man, and every game counts, you've got to be in the locker room with your team.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. And okay, LeBron, if you're not self-aware enough for that, JJ, man, what's doing? Why can't you get control of this guy? Bench him. Put him on the 6-man unit. Do something different, JJ. But nah, man, you can tell it's just we're gonna ride out. And even putting AR back into the starting unit, man, like that's not working. So do something. Tell AR, sorry, bro. This is my job. I want to win. You're going back to the second unit. You're going to be the 6-man here. And if he doesn't like it and he gets pissed off, send him somewhere else then. But they're doing nothing, man. It's just, I don't know. We just feel like we're tracking along, and it's not good enough. We can tell as a fan base, in the end, this is not going to be good enough. So, yeah, like, okay, when do we play next, Gerald, and who do we play?
Tuesday, we are playing the Orlando Magic at home at the crypto.com
Uh,
Should beat
arena.
them. You should beat them.
yeah, we should beat them, but
Sure. Who knows
If
right now?
Bankera rocks up and Wagner, yeah,
Wagner is
honestly,
out.
man.
Wagner's
Okay, both of them.
Wagner was announced.
Well,
He's got an injury that was announced last week. So,
man,
uh, so
nah. See,
we
I'm
should.
just like, yeah, we should beat them, and you're probably largely, we will probably beat them, a team from the East like that, but that will still not inspire me that much. But honestly, if we lose that game, well, my negativity is going to get even worse. But yeah, I probably came around to your side of thinking tonight, Gerald, where
He just is inexperienced. He's just as
yeah,
inexperienced, and it shows a
well,
lot at the most inopportune times. We saw that
yeah,
on Friday's game. We saw that. We see that quite a bit where he's just not making decisions that a more experienced coach would make.
yeah. Like, okay, Alan, like, I have to disagree. If you think LBJ is to blame for this game, like, what are you talking about, man? The guy's on 55 mil. Like, he's some blame, surely. Like, I'm not just talking about this game, Alan. I'm talking about the fact that he's in the team and what it does for the mix, man. It, like, you got to admit to yourself, I don't know, man.
You're
Okay,
not
you
getting your
give me the
52. I mean,
Yeah,
in
you're
the
not
books,
getting
you're getting
no,
52.6 million because he generates
exactly.
that much as far as money.
Yeah,
But as far as player wise, at 41, you cannot expect to get $52.6 million out of him. I'm not trying to give him a pass.
I'm
It's
saying,
just
yeah,
it
no,
just is what it is. Mark, if I'm paying you $52.6 million based on what you used to do or what the level of your work was, you know,
that'd be
you
nice.
better keep up that level of work. But at your age, at 40, and mine at 56, you just can't
And
do it
Legends at
as much.
21.
Yeah, but you can't sustain that level that you once
Nah,
did. And
I
it's just
mean,
being human. It's yeah.
Daryl, I had to say, if anyone really want to be mad, you gotta blame the organization itself. You gave him the money. It's
yeah,
on you.
that's right.
You should
Yeah,
have knew
so
it.
it's spot on. But there's no self-awareness from
I don't think he
anything.
was
That's why,
planning to take that contract though. I really think he was planning on the Lakers giving him a fat 2-year extension.
yeah.
And that's it. He was not planning to pick up that 52.6. I think he had something else in mind. When the Lakers said, no, we're good. Yeah, he picked that up. And it's just like, okay.
No, I don't understand the point though. Like, yeah, and Alan can agree all he wants, but the facts of the matter are, like, there's no self-awareness, man. Nothing's changed. LeBron's still playing like he's 18 years of age in the starting lineup. Where's LeBron going? Hey, JJ, how about I run the second unit? It's not working out between me, Luca, and AR, and there's nothing. There's no awareness,
2
and
shots for Kennard.
yeah, and that's
And
exactly.
Kennard
That's
probably never said anything. So some of this is on him. Because if he
yeah,
does not, I mean, you see that like you see with Boston, Sam Hauser or actually Pinty, one of my followers from Germany on both my shows, he said Sam Merrill's averaging 7 attempts a game in Cleveland, and he's averaging 47% from three. That's what you want from Luke Kennard. But the problem is they're not getting him the ball and he's not asking for it. So it's a
no.
problem. It's a combination of things that's making it a
Yeah.
problem for the Lakers.
He's not going to ask for the ball. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
No, and
Rui,
he's not going
same
to get
thing.
the
Rui,
ball.
same thing. I mean, when Rui was hot and hitting like 42% from three, he wasn't getting the ball, but he's not asking for it either. And that's part of the problem.
Nah, look, honestly, yeah, no, I can't accept that. I'm sorry.
Well, you got to be a good coach to understand, hey, I'm going to get him the ball regardless.
But Gerald, okay, like if I'm LeBron, you're Luca, Legends AR, and we've got Luke Kennard asking for the ball. Like, we're not gonna like.
But Luke Kennard isn't asking for the ball. That's part of the problem.
Man, he's probably given up asking for it, like Jake LaRavia did. Yeah, like, I don't see it like that. You got 3 guys, like, especially the 2 guys that are running this team, LeBron and Luca primarily. They've got to do a better job. Ultimately with JJ to construct some plays and things like that. Like, I don't know how hard we're going to go down a Kennard path here, and sort of say he's not demanding the ball. Or
And Nick T, before you go off on Luka like you normally do, and say, oh, 10 shots is a problem, and you're with your little laughing emojis, understand it's what kind of shots is he taking? Is he taking good shots that are within the realm of the offense, or is he taking bad shots? Because I've criticized Luka many times on this program when he has not distributed the ball when it needs to get distributed. I agree with you. There should have been more of an effort to get Luke Kennard the ball, even if he's not asking for it. But before you,
Nick T, all he does is go on about Luka, man.
and I didn't see one comment, Nick T, to
absolutely
showcase
insane analysis.
You got actually a decent performance on the defensive side from Luka Doncic.
Crazy man.
Several times he actually played defense, but he was not very good on the offensive end. Nobody on this team was good on the offensive end, and that is part of the problem. This team needs to perform on both sides of the ball, Legend, and the problem is today they didn't do that against a team similar to them, because Boston is not an athletic team. They don't have a bunch of athletes that are going to jump out of the gym or outquick you like the Lakers have problems with. They are a similarly structured team to the Los Angeles Lakers. In fact, that they have, they don't have a lot of athletes on that team, but they give a lot of effort and they have high efficient shooting, which is something the Lakers don't have as much of. And we saw that today, Legend.
Yeah, it showed a lot today, especially when Boston got physical and to start really showing their presence, hitting you and pushing you, and they just showing true physicality, and just they were too soft, can't handle it. And you just by Sean showing you don't have the athleticism to answer back some of the things that they were doing. It's not like Boston is super athletic, but in time like this, being so physical, you needed it to kind of answer back on some of that physicality, and it just rough to do.
They got a lot of heart, man, and man. Isn't that Joe Mazzulla? He's still the youngest coach in the league, and he's been in the coaching position for 4 years. Like, man, I wouldn't mind Joe Mazzulla coaching our players. Like,
he already got a title too.
I know he can obviously motivate them. There's just the motivation that they're getting out of Luka and out of JJ. It's not coming through most of the time.
And those calls were egregious. That didn't.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, before the game, I was
Luka was getting nothing,
and I Lake Show Yo, one of the favorite Lakers spots for Twitter, he tweeted before the game the game in Boston from a few years back with Eric Lewis, the ref there didn't call a lot of things, including the one on LeBron that right there at the end of the game. The one where Patrick Beverly shows the camera. It was just, and I'm like, okay,
that was brutal.
Could that happen today? Well, it did. It did.
Over and over.
Over and over and over. And again, it's not the only reason why the Lakers lost, but they lost their composure as those calls were getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And, they all started to lose their composure. And it didn't help the situation at all. I mean, they were still beaten with effort and efficiency, but it didn't help if that the rest were wearing green as well.
No, it never does. And no, you're totally right. There was some shocking calls, and when you start seeing guys like AR getting technicals and things like that, there's something happening, because AR's not like that. So. But at the same time, when the referees put their whistle away, Gerald, you've sort of got to play to it as well. And it wasn't like it was pretty apparent early they weren't going to call much. So you sort of had to live with it and go with it. And, look, one of my criticisms of Luka is he does overdo that part of the game. And he sort of really is boisterous and can forget a play's going on when he starts complaining.
And he did. He sat down on the ground, and it led straight to a layup by Gonzalez. You're correct.
Yeah. And geez, I wouldn't mind a Spanish player again on the Lakers, not on the bloody Celtics. That hurt.
Something about that hair of his. It's just like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got a mop going.
Is that like
I was hoping he was Mexican or something, but he's bloody Spanish.
I don't know. What is that growing on his head, in the front of his head?
A little,
he's playing really hard.
Age,
I will never question his effort. But once the Lakers figured him out, And the fact is that he had to go ahead he was easy. He was so eager. Got for every pump fake that the Lakers,
Yeah,
once they figured him out, he was positioned out of the game. He got 4 fouls, and that was like that's all she
he
wrote
was,
for
but
him.
like, okay,
For that
look,
first
that
half, he
Gerald.
was making life a little bit hard for the Lakers.
Okay, he like that Gonzalez tonight showed me more than what Vando showed me in the whole time
Oh
he's
yeah.
been in a Laker uniform. But how are they picking players like that up? And we're getting dudes like Vando, and then guys like Rob are still in a job.
And
Like
paying him extensions too.
that's right. What is going on, man? And they got to do like Brad Stevens, who was was he? Did he win a championship as a coach? He got close. Very good coach, rookie, coach of the year, young coach who moved aside, and now is like their GM or whatever for this
Yes.
other. Like that's what I was saying the other time we were on. How poorly are we run as an organization when you see what the Celtics are doing, man? Our greatest friggin' rival. So let's make the changes happen. Like get Rob out, Mark Walters and all that. Let's start ramping these changes up, man, because they need to happen soon. I can't believe Rob just went through another trade period. Nah, man, the mix of the team's crap. And yeah, hopefully the end is in sight. And I might have been a bit too harsh on LeBron before, but it wasn't just specific to tonight's game. Like I even admitted, LeBron played okay early, but there's just not enough in the tank. And when he is in the mix, it really affects things. Like if you said to me, would we have played better tonight without LeBron James? I would say yes. That's where I'm at. Like that's where I'm at. Okay, and no one, oh man, what are you talking about? Legend of the game, you're taking out 25 points. It's not that, man. He's taking away points from other dudes. Like AR, honestly, AR, when the three of them are out there, like Luca, it's almost pointless. It is almost pointless. They don't move the ball well between them. The ball can move between two players well, but three, they don't do it. They're not quick players that are moving on the sidelines for each other, running screens. So, man, like yeah, for me, sorry guys, LeBron is the main issue, and until he's gone, we're not really going to see what this team can do and what a player like Luka can do. And it's okay, and it's that filters further to this, Gerald. It's not just LeBron, it's his money too. It's the salary, guys. What do you want from DA? What do you want from a guy that's getting paid like a minimum to play when other guys on the team are on 55 mil? Man, he doesn't care, DA. He doesn't give a shit. He's getting his couple mil. He'll get a half decent contract and go somewhere else. We need players that are super serious, man. If you want to get serious, man, you need to play a center like 15, 20 mil. We got to get this team way better constructed, Joe. It's absolutely shocking. Why is Rob Pelinka still in his job? LeBron
Oh,
James,
you mean
fuck
Rob
off.
Pelinka here
LeBron
with
James,
Tiger
you want
Woods?
to sit on, yeah, this guy, this clown.
This
What was
was
he doing
Saturday.
there?
This was
There with
Saturday.
Tiger Woods. Yeah,
Yes.
man, whatever.
Part of the
Man,
genius, get
was
this,
LeBron
part of
there
the
too?
genius
I wouldn't be
talks
surprised
theory.
if LeBron was there. Oh,
The
they're
whole team
there.
was
All the
there.
boys are there. Bloody
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes and all that. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Nah, Tiger Woods, you're a has-been too. You go with LeBron into the retirement home. Get these guys out, Gerald. Get some young blood in. That's who's taking over the league, man. And start getting a proper team together. Man, honestly, when LeBron James shouldn't have played the second half. When he didn't go in with the team, he shouldn't have played the second half, but that's JJ, no authority, best mates. It's all a piss take right now. It's weak. It's not good enough, man. Someone get angry and get serious, man. Get friggin' serious. Why is LeBron James laughing every game, Gerald? Why is he laughing after we lose to the Celtics again, man? Fuck that. Can't take it, man. Can't take losing to the Celtics. He can, though. He can go on about Jaylen Brown not being an MVP candidate. Why isn't he? Are you serious, LeBron James? Talking up a Celtic player for the friggin' MVP? Mate, get out, man. Kobe would have never done that. We just need, I'm telling you, Gerald, we need a restart. You need Luca to have his own team, or Luca and AR to a degree to have their own team. You can tell they're not getting along, man. You can't. They're just, man. They're not. They want LeBron gone. Get out, man. That was a piss take tonight. What you did in halftime,
Oh,
idiot.
so you don't like the fact on their day off yesterday they went to play golf at the Riviera Country Club as part of the quote unquote Genius Talk series.
Yeah, man. Oh
The
no,
Genius
I've,
Talk
I've
series.
obviously, I've absolutely loved finding out about that.
Yes.
And then today putting that sort of effort and yeah, I mean Tiger Woods, good for you, man. But geez, I mean, like, yeah, legendary player, this and that, but have you've got a bit of form too there, Mr. Woods. So I don't know how much inspiration our young guys should be taking from a serial cheat. When it comes to women and man, give me a break. Nah, turn it up. Get serious. They should have been training. And this keeps happening. It's not good enough, man. I don't care what I'm seeing right now in terms of the leadership and that. It's just hit me. It's hit me the more I've spoken about it. This whole mix of players, man, it's not working. And when your leader is LeBron, it's got to be better, man. I'm sorry. I've had enough. I'd get rid of him, Joe. That's what I'm saying. Take LeBron out and play without LeBron tonight. Do we play better? That's where I'm at with this guy, man.
Well, I think Jeannie in that MSNBC, I wasn't a genius, but she said, I think a brilliant strategist. I forgot what I said the other day, but she paid Rob the highest of compliments, and it is what it is.
Mate, they must be sleeping together. I'm sorry. That's bullshit. But what else is it then? How are you talking about a guy like that, man? How are you talking about a guy that's bought one chip in 8 years, made the worst trade in the history of the game, the Westbrook trade? Okay, only superseded by his mate, who he probably paid off for that. Probably gave him a quick couple milli. Hey, trade me Luca. I'll give you 2 mil so I don't look like the worst GM in the league. Absolute trash, man. Replace Rob with Nico Harrison. That's how bad things are getting here. Nah, not good enough, Joe. I can't believe he's in it. That photo's made me sick, man. That photo has made me sick. A day like against this friggin' Celtics, when we need to go on a run, far out, man. We're gone. This is sorry.
No worries. Once again, though, it is the Lakers losing 111-89. Lakers are again 5th place still in the Western Conference. Tuesday, they do face off against the Orlando Magic. Again, I will have great conversations upcoming this week as far as NBA observations. And Legend, I got to get you schedule a conversation with you on Xbox and Mark as well. I got to get you two back on a Cosmos here this week. I'm going to arrange it where you guys can go ahead and talk about Xbox, because you think Mark is mad now. You think Mark is mad now about the Lakers. Yeah, check him out when we talk about this thing right here with Xbox.
Well, I will say I'm looking forward to playing Fable off of this stuff.
There you go. Nice. There you go. I will
sure it's
say,
plugged in because it's only got like 2 hours battery life.
I did have a question. Silver asked us earlier, and I wanted to go ahead and touch on it. He wanted to know, because he's not familiar with video games as much. He wanted to know why Grand Theft Auto is taking so long. And I can go into detail about it. Basically, in a nutshell, GTA 6, it's the most expensive game by the time it comes out that's ever been produced.
100.
Most detailed probably game that'll ever be produced, or that has been produced. And going forward, they were making tens upon hundreds of millions of dollars with GTA 5 over the course of the past decade plus. And building that GTA Online community. So there was no rush in bringing out a GTA 6, but I wanted to go ahead and get Silver up to that. But you guys have any thoughts on GTA 6 before we get back to the Lakers?
I could definitely say it's a lot of reason why it's taking so long. You don't want this is probably one of the biggest games that everybody around the world will definitely play on day one. This game got to be perfect when it comes out. This game can't have no bugs, and it can't have none of that in it. It got to be perfect. It has to be solid perfect. And I'm thinking this might be the first game we're gonna see at $100. I just get the feeling they're gonna do it.
$100 for you, $150 if you're where I am. But that's the way the currency works out. But yeah, we could be looking at the first $150 game in Australia. $100 is a common price for us, but that's sort of your $70 equivalent, 110 for us. But yeah, to get $100, you're totally right, man. It's the reason there's two reasons, Gerald. You touched on it. It's hard to turn off a tap like GTA 5. That is the biggest money maker, not to this day, but it was until very recently. Obviously, CODs and things like that overtake GTA, but wow, what a cash cow essentially that they've found very hard to turn off. And then what Legend's saying is more than correct. They've got to get it right from day one. It can't be a Cyberpunk 2077 scenario where they can,
No, not off the bat.
nothing like it has to be perfect, or else, man, that could F up essentially Rockstar. And they know it. That's why they're taking so long, and they will get it right. They do, they do stuff right. They did GTA 5 right. They did GTA 4 right. I'm sure, they'll have the biggest playtesters in the world. And look, even expect another delay. If they have to delay it again to get it right, they don't care, man. They're still making money off GTA online, but it has to come out at some point. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I'll just quickly touch on the Xbox changes as well. Phil Spencer, man, 38 years at a company. You start as an intern, you go all the way to CEO of the gaming division. It's a fair ride, man. And what's happened lately is, unfortunately, particularly in this gen, Xbox has really slipped off, from a console sales perspective. And that was his passion, was the console. Xbox are now spinning it into, we're on PC, and I've got it all. I've got Fire Sticks. And I love it. I absolutely love Game Pass and the ecosystem that Xbox has created, but it's not for everyone, and it's not strictly about the Xbox. So PlayStation has really dominated, and I think Phil's just, essentially over it. These guys are, very rich individuals as well. So, like,
I don't feel too bad for him and Sarah Bond, because they've got
the
their
golden parachute, exact, that they walk
they
away
got their
with.
money.
They got the stocks, and so they'll be sweet. But shout out to him as well. He was a gamer, and he was someone that you could even would engage with someone like me on Twitter, and so mad credit to him. But it's just all about what happens now for Xbox. And it is a bit of a worry, with these sort of new individuals coming in, and they're more AI focused. Yeah, I mean, Xbox is a great brand. I know.
I've had every generation, Mark.
I've loved it, Gerald. And one thing I've always sort of said to my American friends is, why are they so obsessed with the Japanese gaming company over an American one? Is that like a tall poppy thing, syndrome thing, where you don't
it's
like?
also the style, but there's certain styles of gaming, with what we saw first with Final Fantasies, that series, and then of course Nintendo has set the bar very high for gaming in a nutshell. So you can't argue with that. By the way, JSJ, go to Target, see if they're running massive clearance deals on all the third-party Nintendo Switch 2 stuff that launched with the system. FYI, I'm seeing it all over the place. Just FYI. But I wanted to go ahead and say Xbox, though, to close out this conversation with you, Legend. We'll go ahead and just bring it in right now. Xbox, they started on their death knell the day that Don Matrick at E3 2013 said, talked about the Xbox One, including making, having to have online all the time, having to have the Kinect, having that price point $100 more than PlayStation for the heads of PlayStation, sharing the disc with each other to show you how easily you don't have to worry about any DRM or anything. They lost the console generation and the next generation forward right there in. And whatever Phil Spencer could try to do, it was to no avail, to no use. And they were just dying about it. It needs a clean refresh, and I'm just not sure they're ever going to get it.
Yeah, it was just hard to come back after that generation with the PS4 and Xbox One. Then the whole TV, the connect thing, it hurt it. It hurt it badly. And Phil Spencer said it himself. That was a generation where a lot of people started doing their digital libraries, and that was the wrong generation to, get spanked in pretty badly. And now it's hard to gain that crowd back once you got them digital libraries on PlayStation or whatever platform you on at that point, PC or whatever. And it's just hard to come back. But I will always say though, to me, Xbox been here this long because of Phil Spencer. So that's the one thing I think Legacy will always be sealed about. He did that much.
But he made it more than his share of mistakes, and buying Activision, I think, was his death knell. And normally I say, okay, he's retiring, but he was out. He was told to retire because Sarah Bond, the number 2 person at Xbox, when she doesn't stay, that tells me there's something going on at the top. When your number 1 leaves and your number 2 leaves alongside of him, that tells me that there's something going on. I understand he's staying on as an advisor for the rest of the summer. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be advising.
I said the same thing. When Sarah resigned, something went right.
Yeah, that's because she didn't get the big gig. She wasn't offered the big position. They brought in the AI lady from Microsoft OpenAI, Asha, into that spot instead. So that's all she wrote for that. But yes, if you want more discussion on that, I could bring these guys back for a Cosmos. But I also have on Monday, I'm going to drop for audio listeners a detailed conversation with TJ Johnson and I on Xbox. Indeed. So, and also Star Trek, because you guys were asking for Star Trek as well.
I thought this was funny. Like in some comments, I heard a guy calling Satya Nadella Nutella.
Oh, that's the head of Microsoft.
Yes. They're like Nutella's brought in his cousin.
He the one pushing for all this stuff.
Well, their marketing on Xbox has been terrible for years.
Yeah, it has.
And even
the most recent, everything's an Xbox campaign was just
terrible,
bizarro. When you still got an console, you
had the best value leading into the beginning of 2025. You had the best values in gaming. The Xbox Series X was $250. The Xbox Series X you could find for $350, and Game Pass was at $20 for first run games.
Series S is a good console, man. And even the Xbox Series X, Gerald, it's a better console than PS5.
I have both.
We just don't have the. Well, there you go. We just don't have the marketing. Xbox, Microsoft is not very well thought of in a place like America. They've essentially struggled. But hey,
spending $70 billion on Activision
and killer decisions. But okay, as gamers, if you just go ahead and pick up Game Pass for 1 month, you tell me that that's not the best proposition in gaming. 1 month of Game Pass.
1 month.
Gerald?
1 month.
Like even in the last week, what they've dropped, man. They drop stuff every day. High on Life 2, Death Stranding, Resident Evil Village. I can just that's just in the last 2 weeks. Hey, is that a Steam Deck or that's a ROG?
I do.
That's the ROG Ally X. Oh,
yep. I go between that and my Xbox.
This face is a jealous face right there, right? Jealousy. I have jealousy.
That's sick.
There you go. That is
that the Xbox Ally X?
That's the X.
Yep, that's the Ally X.
Oh, that is the only bright light in all this, because everybody was slamming it for its price and everything. It has sold, from all I hear, pretty good. It's the only hardware success story of the decade.
It's good. Like I really like it.
Do you have Game Pass?
I do. I go between my Series X, my PC, and they go in between all three.
Ah, dude. And then you got the PlayStation as well.
Yep, and the Switch too.
Hey. Change your name to like gaming. I'll just be Gasol Bros from now on. I'm nothing compared to you. That's awesome, man.
He is truly a legend. Indeed.
He is. I love games.
Curtis Fair says legend ain't going to get married now that he has.
Let's do it, Alan.
Curtis Fair is on the prowl.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, let's
Curtis Fair and search and destroy and Curtis Fair. Yes.
If I can, I'll just shout out a few people that are here. Sila from New Zealand. I don't think he's from New Zealand by birth, but he's been around a lot lately.
Yes.
Yeah,
Silver, you mean,
sorry,
right?
and obviously Serge, Jay, Kurt, Alan,
Yes.
Sports Baby who was here before. Sports Baby,
Yes.
shout out to you. It's good to see you. Blood, and then we've got someone here called Twin Latestoner or whatever, 2089. Why Australian is such ass?
Hmm.
Whatever, man.
Don't be mean to the Aussies. The Aussies
Yeah,
are awesome. They've been nothing but awesome to this show and such a great part of what we do here at the Lakers Fast Break. But it
Australia's
is
sweet, man. It's a nice country, bro. You relax.
exactly. But oh, and then Joe, yeah, Joe just like
Joe's here.
festers
Come on,
in.
Joey.
Yep,
I
yep.
can
There
jump.
you
I
go.
got to jump
Bringing
off soon
down,
anyway.
bringing down the conversation again. Hey, Joe is mad because he had to meet up with John yesterday.
Hey, that was good.
Yeah,
That was a good effort.
finally, and it delayed his spring training because of it. And B, because
True.
I showed him and John up by telling them when they laughed at me that Luka is not number 3 in the MVP standings right now. Sorry, I'm right once again, and Joe is not. But once again, it is the Lakers winning. No, sorry, they didn't.
Drip show.
111-89.
Asked
They
for my
lose to the
address.
Celtics. Well, it was nice. I could have wanted to say that just to.
Shit.
But they'll be winning hopefully on in Orlando on as far as against Orlando on Tuesday with the Lakers. But Drip Show Shop is here at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. I gave you a big plug at the beginning of the show, my friend. But
Goated.
before we head on out, Legend and Mark, I want to go ahead and hear your final thoughts.
Yep.
We now come to a part of the season where you have to go ahead and finish strong, so you can figure out what playoff spot you're going to get. You've got with your right now some heavy concerns. Great win today for your team against Denver without Butler and without Curry, but the road ahead is really going to be tough for you guys. And who knows how long Curry is going to be out.
You're right. It's not going to be easy, not having your best player, your 2 best players not playing. So it's going to be a team effort all the way through from here on out. Everyone has to pull their weight. It's your only chance to really win these games and to stay in these games. It's what it's going to take. So everyone has to come in with their A game. No one can be slacking. Everybody need to come in and give us at least 10 points each. Will help a lot. And that will keep you in a lot of games. And other than that, we'll see what happens. See how the rest of the season plays out. And hope Steph comes back. Would like to go to the game in person on March 21st in Atlanta. So,
but I would not drop it. Like you said, you're not going to spend any money on it unless Curry's there. Is that correct?
Yeah, unless he's there, I'm not coming. So I'm going to wait until the day before to know is he going to play or not before I buy them tickets.
Well, we're leaving soon, Arcarino. So
really?
he knew when the time was. I texted Arcarino I told him we're going to be here at 9, and if he wants to show up an hour and a half, he's like that guy that shows up drunk an hour and a half late to the party. It's like everybody looks at him and go like, seriously, dude? Seriously? Mark, I appreciate you venting your frustrations out today, especially because of the fact that, again,
it was unnecessary.
Well, no, it was awesome. What? We love it here. You are Joe vents on here.
Because sometimes I look back, I don't even know if some of the things I'm saying is rational, really. Like I've absolutely teed off on LeBron tonight again. But yeah, like it's just how I feel. And I just keep thinking to myself, if you take him out of the team, and I'm not, I've loved seeing LeBron at times in a Laker uniform, especially when you go back to that sort of around the 2020 chip and stuff when he was looking considerably younger at that stage, and he had hair and things like that. Like, there's been a lot of good memories for, LeBron in a Laker uniform, but it feels like it's going too long now. And when I start seeing the shenanigans, like the not going with your team at halftime, talking about Jaylen Brown, I can go back to this just a lot. The thing with his agent and AR, man, that was insane what happened there. And I know he came out and sort of semi-stamped it out, but you can't tell me that didn't get players offside. So I just sort of feel like it's a bit of a bad apple right now, and I'd love to see a young, youthful team that hope was all going in the one direction. I mean, James has got nothing to prove at the end of the day, does he? He's got his 4 chips. There's no other dude on the team that's got a chip. I could be wrong about that, but Luka doesn't, AR doesn't, Rui doesn't. I don't think anyone else has a chip on the team. So, you'd think that they'd be young and hungry, but then there's this mix with LeBron and Bronny, and I don't know, man. I'm just sort of seeing it from that angle, Gerald, that I want him gone sooner rather than later. It's just taking so long, and tonight's not like tonight. You just realize that, do we really have a chance in the end? Like you've been telling me, Gerald, you've watched it.
Everything would have
You're
to break
Mr.
right.
Realistic, and it's coming true.
Everything would have
Buddy
to
Gerald.
break right. Everything,
Yeah.
Mark, would have to break right
Yeah,
for that
and you
to
said
happen.
that consistently. I know.
Yeah, and it does not look like that's going to be the case. And
No.
again, we saw tonight the Lakers. People been saying, well, the Lakers need more defenders. Well, they held the Celtics legend to 111. They held Jaylen Brown for almost 10 to 30, 10 to 20, 10 out of 28 shooting. Those are usually winning numbers for a team when you do that. But on the offensive end, they were just absolutely abysmal and couldn't get anything done. So there you go. Yep, there you go. Mike's repping right there. But legend.
Hell yeah, I am. Kobe.
Again, it's just seemingly the Lakers against these big teams, against these good teams in either conference. They're just not able to put everything together on both sides of the ball at the same time for 4 quarters.
Yeah, they're just struggling. Like Gerald said, it's gonna take some breaks to come through to get this team to the promised land, and I just don't know if that's gonna happen. But I will say I think the good thing is, personally, me, if I was like a really diehard Laker fan, I probably want this season to be over with and just redo the whole roster and finally put the pieces together properly. And I think it's gonna all begin with LeBron probably going to Cleveland, which I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen, and then start getting the right defensive players that you need around them, and then see what happens with Austin Reeves with that situation with the money part. But I'm thinking next season gonna be the season gonna be a lot better. I'm thinking that should be the season. It should happen.
Yeah,
we will see.
But big changes, big changes, and guys like DA and that are not going to be there for the ride. I suspect. So
I don't know. The way from what we've seen, is he going to get more than $8 million? Yeah, is he going to get more than $8 million next season? Because that's what he could pick up is $8 million. Is like Marcus Smart going to be able to pick up $5 or $6 million more?
Yeah,
next season?
He is. I'm certain Marcus Smart is. I'm not as confident with. Well, look, at the end of the day, it's hard to get someone of DA's size, and unfortunately, the NBA is full of teams that are just there to make up numbers. And I think he knows that, Gerald. What would DA do? Like, is he going to go to China or Europe at this stage of his career? I still think he'll find a home somewhere, and I think they sort of largely know that. So I don't know how motivated they are really, but
if expansion comes, he'll certainly find a home, and he'll be in the NBA for a while.
For sure. If they expand, that's wild. You've got tanking, and then you're looking at expanding. That doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, the Supersonics coming back.
Yeah, true that. And how does that work? So, because OKC took their license, didn't they? They obviously just get a new license. Oh, who cares?
You would just reapply the Supersonics if they decide to go with that name. So yeah, they would just reapply for that, and I'm sure they would get that as far as trademarked and whatnot. So
true. And that's like Kevin Durant played 1 year for the Sonics, didn't he? Before they changed.
Yes, he did.
That's
how
weird,
far back
he's
goes.
been around for ages too. Yeah.
Did Westbrook, I think, was drafted by the Sonics, but I don't know if he never played for the Sonics.
Gotcha.
But because they moved, I think he was drafted by the Sonics, but they moved the summer he was drafted by the Sonics. So he never played as a Sonic. Only Durant played as a Sonic.
Okay. Hey, look, Jackson Hayes didn't get many minutes tonight, did he?
He had an ankle soreness.
Oh, sorry,
he was
I must
ruled
have missed
out of the
that.
game after 5 minutes. Yes.
Why does Jackson Hayes dunk better in the game than he did at the dunk contest? That was a shambles, man. Next time you go in a dunk contest, Jackson Hayes, don't wear your Laker uniform. because you disgraced it, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was so bad. That dunk contest, legend, that was horrific, man. And the dude that won it, like, he was just dancing, showing his abs. That whole thing was weird.
I
But
would probably
anyway,
rather
again,
watch
we're
high
gonna get
school players
sidetracked.
dunking.
Yeah. Look, tonight, Gerald, obviously not happy. I'll just sum up my thoughts before you sign us out. Yeah, obviously not happy. I teed off again on LeBron. I've probably done that a bit too much, but
Well,
just
Luka gets a lot of the blame. The Lakers
Yeah.
Lakers as a whole get a lot of blame tonight because they had an opportunity. They played good enough defense on the defensive end to win the game today, but didn't get it done.
didn't get it done. And,
Despite the
AR,
refs, despite all that, they still could have gotten done and just couldn't execute on that
Yeah.
offensive end.
no, the three of them aren't there's only enough time, certain amount of time with the ball that you can have. And really, it's got to be spread between Luka and AR. The young bucks, the young guys that can score. And then, unfortunately, LeBron's having as much of the ball as them, and it's not working as a mix. But yeah, further to that is our future AR and Luka. That worries me too. So let's save that debate for next time. But yeah, onwards and upwards. Hopefully we can beat the Magic, man. If we don't beat the Magic, nah, man. And if LeBron's got anything to do with that loss, I'll be back on. Believe me.
We'll see.
And it'll be on
We'll
like
see.
Donkey Kong, man.
Yeah,
Because we're
I don't know what to say at that point.
Oh,
we're here for you though. We're here so you can vent right
Yes.
here at the Lakers Fast Break.
Yes,
You guys in
thank
the
you.
comments too. We're here for you. We're here for you. And that is right. Tuesday night against the Orlando Magic. We'll go ahead and have the post game for you right after the game. Looking forward to it. Again, the Lakers lose 111-89. Unfortunately, they didn't get a chance to move up in the standings. They're still 5th place in the Western Conference, but we'll find out what happens when the Lakers face off against the Orlando Magic on Tuesday night. We will have NBA observations on the way for you this week. So there's a lot of good stuff that's coming at you, including Lakers games. Hopefully they can start getting it done. Hopefully they can come together as a team. Hopefully they can play both sides of the ball. And hopefully we'll have actual refs calling the right calls. A lot needs to happen. We'll find out if it does on Tuesday night when we hit you back with the post game right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Christian Wood. Why are you talking? What? Didn't we live through the Christian Wood saga already?